Chris Greer, you son of a bitch. I love you, damn it. Woo! Wow. What a day. What a day for this organization, man. The Miami Dolphins are all in on the playoffs this season. For the first time in my life, I feel the Miami Dolphins are true contenders in the AFC. Now, I still don't think, if I have to be fair, which I'm going to be fair, I don't think we're still in the same category as the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. However, I think we're making a lot of noise in the AFC this year for that third best team, third or fourth best team in the AFC. Bonkers, man. For the past couple years, I've questioned Chris Greer's drafting, okay? I've questioned Chris Greer's drafting. But this offseason alone, and the trade deadline this season, Chris Greer, you're the man, dude. I love him, dude. Chris Greer, you're the man. You are the freaking man. The Miami Dolphins made two trades today. First off, they traded with the Denver Broncos to get Bradley Chubb. They got Bradley Chubb on the defensive line now. And then they traded with the 49ers to get Jeff Wilson, a nice backup, back with Raheem Mostert. That running game from San Francisco for a few years is now in Miami. Mike McDaniel has his two running backs. This is awesome. The Miami Dolphins are going all in for the playoffs. You better believe it. In Tua we trust. The organization believes in Tua. The team believes in Tua. Damn it, I believe in Tua. I hope all of you believe in Tua too. Because, man, the ride starts. The ride starts this week with the Chicago Bears. The second half of the season starts this week with the Chicago Bears, who are also very active in the trade deadline too. Yesterday, trading away their star linebacker, Roquan Smith, to the Baltimore Ravens. And then today, they trade a second-round pick, a second-round draft pick this year, 2023, to get Chase Claypool from the Steelers. So we'll see him again, more than likely. But my God, can we just talk about this for a second? Where is it? I saw it on Twitter. Here it is. This was tweeted out by Albert Breer just a couple minutes ago. The Miami Dolphins, if you guys remember, at that 2021, yes, not 2020, because 2020 they got Tua. 2021, okay? The Miami Dolphins got 3 first-round picks from the San Francisco 49ers so that the 49ers could go up to the third pick overall, where the Dolphins were. The Dolphins went from 3rd to 6th in that 49ers deal. Miami got 3 draft picks so that the 49ers could get their franchise quarterback, so they could go and get Trey Lance, okay? With those 3 first-round draft picks, that turned into Jalen Waddle trading one of the first-round picks to the Kansas City Chiefs to get Tyreek Hill, and then trading the other first-round pick to the Denver Broncos to get Bradley Chubb. So we turned all 3 of those first-round picks to Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and Bradley Chubb. How fucking nuts is that, man? That is insane. That's unbelievable. And I believe that changed the entire organization all around. This team overall, Chris Greer is he's the man when it comes to free agency and the trade deadline. Tyreek Hill, Teron Armstead, Connor Williams, Raheem Mostert. No, Chase Edmonds isn't on the team anymore, but we'll talk about that when we get there. Really quick, I gotta play it because I feel like I should. This was just posted over an hour ago. Tyreek Hill's live streaming playing Fortnite, and this was his. I'm not gonna play because I don't want to get copyrighted, but I'll do it audio style. This was Tyreek's reaction to Bradley Chubb getting traded to the Miami Dolphins.
Bro, how y'all on Twitter when you first mastered the mind, though?
Ooh, I see it. Someone made an accusation.
Let's fucking go, man. Welcome to Miami, Mr. Chubb.
I hope you all were able to hear that, but it's Tyreek Hill laughing that the Miami Dolphins got this deal done, and he's like, "Welcome to Miami, Mr. Chubb." Bradley Chubb did come out with a video. They interviewed him on his thoughts on leaving Denver for Miami, but he was very honest. He was kind of upset because he's been at Denver for 4 years. You know, when you're at a place for a long time, you make friendships and stuff. So I totally understand that. And it's not like I think Denver has a good defensive line without him. They're not terrible. They still have a pretty solid defensive line, but Denver's going nowhere this year. Denver is not going to make the playoffs more than likely. They know that, and this was before the trade happened. Reports were coming out that the Broncos were asking for 2 first-round picks for Bradley Chubb, and then when I saw that, I hopped off the Bradley Chubb hype train, and I'm like, I would give up 1 first-round pick for Bradley Chubb, but 2 first-round picks, I feel like that's way too. You're asking for way too much. And I don't think Bradley Chubb is worth 2 first-round picks. Do I think he's worth a first-round pick? Yes, the guy is talented as hell. He's young. He's 26 years old. And according to Adam Schefter, Bradley Chubb and the Miami Dolphins are going to plan to work out a long-term deal for the future. So I don't know what that I don't know what that means for guys like Christian Wilkins, who I think is going to be a free agent going into 2023. We just signed Emmanuel Ogbah to a 4-year deal, but he's really not living up to that deal. Can the Miami Dolphins trade Emmanuel Ogbah in the offseason? I don't know. I want to see more from him still, but my goodness, you add Bradley Chubb to the defensive line. One of the main problems to why the Miami Dolphins are not getting as much they're not productive on defense is because they're not getting after the quarterback. They only have, I believe it was 15 sacks this season, and that's very, very low. That's very unlike Miami Dolphins defensive football. But now you add Bradley Chubb to this mix. You got him. You got Jalen Phillips. You got Ogbah. You got who else do you got? You got him, Ogbah, Jalen Phillips, Christian Wilkins, Zach Saylor, Melvin Ingram, Van Ginkel. Van Ginkel's a linebacker, but he can also come off the edge too. We can now send 4, maybe even 5 at the quarterback and go swarm him as fast as possible, man. This is awesome. This is freaking awesome, man. Bradley Chubb. So far, he's having an outstanding season. He had an outstanding season for the Denver Broncos heading into the second half of the season for him in Miami. And I'll tell you what, he talks about friendships and missing all of his teammates in Denver, which I understand. You've been there for 4 years. I completely understand that. Man, he's gonna love this new squad in Miami. Man, he's gonna love this defensive bunch in Miami. Teammates, Tyreek Hill, your coach is Mike McDaniel. Man, awesome. I'm so happy about this acquisition. I haven't even talked about Jeff Wilson yet, but I'll lead into that after I talk about the trade. But Bradley Chubb this season, so far, he's 5th in sacks in the NFL. He has 6 sacks this season. He's 18th in the NFL with pressures, with 26 pressures, and he's 12th in run stops with 11. So not only is he great at getting after the quarterback and getting sacks, but he's also great at stopping the run. So now we have Christian Wilkins, who's very good at stopping the run, Jalen Phillips, who's very good at stopping the run, Andrew Van Ginkel, who's been getting a lot of tackles for this Dolphins defense. Now we add Bradley Chubb. Come on, man. That's just not fair. That's not fair. But now let's get to the deal that happened. What the Dolphins gave up for Bradley Chubb. Let's see. Schefter just said 20 minutes ago there were a record 10 trades made today, the most ever made on any NFL trade deadline day. A lot of activity day, a lot of shocking trades too. Let's see. I'm losing my voice over here, man. Jesus Christ. Here we go. This was the trade between the Miami Dolphins and the Denver Broncos. So obviously, the Miami Dolphins got, they got Bradley Chubb. They also got a 2025 5th-round pick. Whatever. It's a 5th-round pick 3 years from now. Okay? Whatever. Who cares? The Dolphins gave up this year's first-round pick to this year's 2023 first-round pick, which was the 49ers' first-round pick, which honestly, I don't care. I don't care about that first-round pick because more than likely, that's going to be a first-round pick in the late 20s or even the 30s because, let's be honest, man, that San Francisco team is not losing a lot of games the rest of the season, okay? That team is ridiculous, okay? That team is stacked, okay? I'm pretty confident that that pick is either going to be a high 20s pick or even a early 30s pick for the Denver Broncos that they're getting. They're also getting a 2024 4th-round pick, and they're also getting Chase Edmonds. So the Miami Dolphins, after signing him in free agency, I don't remember what the contract was in free agency. I do think it was a 1-year deal. So the Miami Dolphins, decided let's trade away Chase Edmonds to Denver. And I thought of players that Miami could possibly trade away today. I thought of Mike Gesicki. I thought that was very obvious. Mike Gesicki, after the trade deadline, is still a Miami Dolphin. So I'm happy for that. Happy that Tua gets to keep one of his targets, Mike Gesicki. So I thought he would be one. I thought Eric Rowe, would be on the trade block. Maybe Miami would trade him. He was a healthy scratch on Sunday. He didn't play. He's still with the Dolphins. They end up trading. Cedric Wilson was another one. Cedric Wilson is staying put in Miami. They ended up trading away Chase Edmonds, who was I thought he was pretty good in his first 3 games of the season. But from that Cincinnati game on, man, he really, really underperformed underneath Raheem Mostert. Not really doing much for you at all in the running game. Dropped a wide open touchdown in the Cincinnati game, dropped 2 passes in the Steelers game, and he's really not an X factor for you on the football field the past couple weeks. So it's like, why trade for him? Why keep him around, And this is when I bring in Jeff Wilson, because the Miami Dolphins trade a 5th-round pick for Jeff Wilson. So they trade Edmonds to the Broncos, and in replacement, In replacement, they get Jeff Wilson. And Jeff Wilson, with his time in San Francisco before Christian McCaffrey came, I thought was very good. I thought Jeff Wilson did pretty good with his time in San Francisco. 92 carries, 468 yards, 2 touchdowns. Now, I will say I don't know much about him. I haven't seen much of him play. I do know that him and Raheem Mostert were together for a lot of time in San Francisco under Mike McDaniel. So that's very exciting. That we're getting those 2 back together. Jeff Wilson's also a good catchback, I believe so too. But I don't know much about him. I hope that he's not Chase Edmonds, because Chase Edmonds was he was an underperformer. Chase Edmonds underperformed for this Miami Dolphins team, and we needed more out of Chase Edmonds, and we didn't get that at all. So traded him to Denver. Denver needs a running back, so we'll give Denver Chase Edmonds. So but I really don't have much thoughts on the Jeff Wilson trade. Obviously, I wanted Kareem Hunt. That didn't happen. I didn't think a 5th-round pick would work for Kareem Hunt. No way. You'd probably have to give up a 3rd, maybe a 2nd-round draft pick, and maybe a player for Kareem Hunt. But I'm perfectly fine with Jeff Wilson. I'm glad they got a running back in replacement for Chase Edmonds, because December they're going to be in Buffalo. January they're going to be in New England. I'm pretty sure if they have a road playoff game this season, if they make the playoffs, they should make the playoffs. Cross your fingers. They should make the playoffs for the first time in 6 years. They need to run the ball, and we learned that last year when they went on the road in Tennessee and got shellacked with Tua throwing the ball 45 times. You're not going to win that way in cold, rainy, cold weather games. You need to be able to run the ball. So now we got 2 good running backs for that. We got Raheem Mostert, and we got Jeff Wilson, and I fucking love it, man. I love it. Bradley Chubb is a Miami Dolphin. I mean, that's just incredible, dude. He's such a beast. He's a beast. He's 26 years old too, and he's gonna have. Can you imagine the contract that Bradley Chubb is gonna have? He's gonna be a Dolphin for a long time, and I don't know. Like I said earlier, I don't know what that means for Christian Wilkins and his future, but we'll worry about the future after this season. Right now, I'm only worried about this season. I'm only worried about, getting to our goal, which is the playoffs, and this week against the Chicago Bears, which we're going to talk about on Friday. I think I said in the post-game recap for the Lions game, that preview would be Thursday. I'm going to change it to Friday now because the Phillies got postponed last night. They're playing tonight, Game 3. Tomorrow night, Game 4. So there's no AEW Dynamite review tomorrow. And then Thursday night, along with me having schoolwork, they're having Game 5 Thursday night. So I'm moving the preview for the Dolphins-Bears game. I'm moving that to Friday. So we'll talk about that game Friday night here on the channel. So, man, I appreciate you guys so much. What a day. What a fucking day, man. The Dolphins, they go out and they get Bradley Chubb, and they get Jeff Wilson. That's unbelievable, man. I'm so happy. But Dolphins did their part today at the trade deadline. Phillies go get this win tonight and take the 2-1 series lead over the Houston Astros. But guys, I'm getting out of here. Thank you all so much for joining me. Be sure to subscribe to the Big Fight Field channel. Comment down below your thoughts on the Miami Dolphins trading for Bradley Chubb, linebacker from the linebacker/defensive lineman from the Denver Broncos, and Jeff Wilson from San Francisco. Hit the like button if you like what you heard from me on the channel. Follow me on Twitter and TikTok at Colin_Joseph. And like I said, guys, preview Dolphins-Bears Friday night here on the Big Fight Field channel. I'll see you guys then.